Millions of armies in disbelief. Jimin, RM, and Jin spotted on the street without bodyguards, who would have thought. Amidst their global image as world superstars, 3 members of BTS, Jimin, RM, and Jin, were suddenly seen walking in public spaces without tight security? A big question immediately arises. How could figures with such international influence walk so freely without being surrounded by an army of bodyguards? This moment immediately caused a great commotion, not only among armies, but also entertainment media that never stopped talking about it. Eyewitnesses said that the 3 of them looked relaxed and calm, as if they were not public figures whose every move is usually limited by busy schedules and camera spotlights. Without being accompanied by a security team, Jimin was seen walking in simple casual clothes, while RM seemed to be in serious conversation with Jin. This scene felt in contrast to the habits of the South Korean entertainment industry, which always emphasizes strict security standards, especially for artists like BTS, whose fans are spread in almost all countries. Their presence without bodyguards immediately sparked debate. Was this just a coincidence, a strategy to test public response, or a sign of a change in attitude from a management that has been very protective? The fact that 3 big names of BTS looked so ordinary on the streets challenged many people's perceptions of how unattainable they are. This is what makes the moment so monumental, as if presenting a paradox. World superstars walking like ordinary citizens. From a security perspective, this step is quite risky. BTS's popularity not only brings love and admiration, but also potential threats that cannot be underestimated. Moreover, armies are known as one of the largest and most active fandoms in the world. With millions of eyes always looking for the whereabouts of their idols, the possibility of a sudden crowd is very large. However, uniquely on this occasion, Jimin, RM, and Jin managed to walk without significant interference. This raises a new question. Was the location chosen very carefully, or were they just testing what it feels like to move without restrictions? Reactions on social media exploded. Keywords about the appearance of Jimin, RM, and Jin without bodyguards immediately entered the ranks of trending on various platforms. Many armies felt disbelief, even considering the circulating portraits and recordings as manipulation or coincidence of similar people. However, after a number of credible sources confirmed their identities, the wave of emotions turned into a mixture of pride, anxiety, and emotion. Some consider their courage as evidence of maturity and a desire to enjoy a normal life, while others criticize harshly because they consider the action too dangerous. This phenomenon also opens a wider discussion about how a global artist interprets privacy and personal freedom. For many years, BTS has always appeared with an extra layer of security, both at airports, hotels, and concert venues. Their lives are almost always synonymous with bodyguard barricades. However, in this rare moment, the public actually saw their simplest human side, walking on the highway, talking to each other, without the hustle and bustle of security protocols. For some fans, this is a reminder that even though they are world pop culture icons, basically Jimin, RM, and Jin are still ordinary individuals who want to feel a normal life. The incident sparked speculation about the reasons behind the decision. Is it just a personal desire to get out of a routine that is too controlled? Or a symbolic step that wants to show that they don't always want to be treated differently? Some entertainment analysts assess this could be a signal of a change in direction in artist management, where companies are starting to give idols more space to determine their life choices. On the other hand, some security experts emphasize that even though it looks simple, events like this can create a dangerous precedent if imitated by other artists without careful planning. Armies, who are known to be protective of BTS, are divided in responding to the moment. Some feel relieved to see their idols can enjoy a little freedom without public pressure, but many also express deep concern. Their biggest fear is if the event is known sooner and triggers an uncontrollable crowd, which could endanger the safety of the members. On a larger scale, This phenomenon also highlights the unique dynamics between global idols and fandoms that are so closely related, where love is often mixed with excessive worry. Whatever the background, the moment when Jimin, RM, and Jin were seen without bodyguards will still be remembered as one of the most surprising events of the year. The incident was not only about 3 members of BTS walking on the streets, but about how the public views the boundaries between personal life and status as world stars. There is a dramatic side that is difficult to ignore. Millions of people who are used to seeing them surrounded by layers of security now have to accept the fact that their idols can suddenly appear in public spaces without special signs. And finally, the big question remains hanging in the air. Is this just a rare incident that will not be repeated, or a new beginning of how BTS interacts with the outside world? What is clear is that, in an instant, the 3 figures managed to shake public perception, create a wave of endless discussion, and once again prove that whatever BTS does, even just walking on the highway, will still be big news that resonates throughout the world. Is it true that Jimin, RM, and Jin were really seen on the street without bodyguards, or just media sensation? The commotion about the appearance of Jimin, RM, and Jin walking casually without bodyguards immediately shook the online world. However, a big question now arises. Did the event really happen, or is it a fabrication that was deliberately arranged to attract public attention? How far can we trust what is circulating on social media, when platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter can easily viralize pieces of images or videos without guaranteeing the truth? Why do we so quickly believe in short snippets that appear on the phone screen? Is it because of the armies longing to see their idols appear more human? Or is it because of the media's encouragement to create dramatic narratives that benefit from the side of clicks, impressions, and interactions? These questions are important for us to reflect on, especially when the BTS phenomenon has always been a big magnet that is often exploited for commercial interests. Some netizens insist that the circulating videos and photos are genuine. They point to details of clothing, walking style, to small interactions that are considered identical to Jimin, RM, and Jin. But don't we need to ask more deeply? Isn't video and photo editing technology now increasingly sophisticated to be able to deceive the human eye very convincingly? If that's the case, is it possible that the moment is just a neatly packaged setting to make it look real? Then what about the source of information? Most of the snippets come from individual uploads on social media, not from official media or trusted journalists. Is it appropriate for us to consider random videos from anonymous accounts as valid evidence? If there is no direct confirmation from the agency or official statement, couldn't all of this just be a game of perception? Or, more extremely, a hoax that is deliberately allowed to develop in order to maintain public hype? The reaction of armies around the world clearly illustrates how big the impact of unverified information is. Some feel proud to see their idols appear simple, others panic imagining the safety risks. But let's reflect. Is our reaction actually being used to create a dramatic narrative that further reinforces BTS's image as a global phenomenon? In other words, are armies' emotions deliberately being driven by a particular narrative? This phenomenon opens a wider discussion about the role of the media in shaping public opinion.